Alright, so I want to preface this by apologizing for the quality. OBS automatically set its output to 640 by 360, and I did not notice until I recorded about 6 hours. But I enjoyed the game way too much to not upload this, so hopefully you can stick through the blurry text and enjoy the amazing story that is to come in these next few videos. If you can, I appreciate it, and hopefully you can push through the quality. Anyways, here we go. Alright, so welcome everybody to Scarlet Hollow. You finally made it to the dead-end mining town of Scarlet Hollow, North Carolina, where your aunt is dead, your cousin hates you, and something otherworldly stalks you from the shadows. You won't be able to save everyone, might not be able to save yourself. Welcome home. It's a visual novel that apparently is hardcore, and I'm gonna die. So we're gonna jump straight in. My name, Josh. I live in the city of nowhere. Does not impact gameplay. I'm he. You can hear it in my voice, right? Select 2 traits. Traits unlock additional paths and dialogue options. Talk to animals, street smart, mystical. Let's see. Talk to animals is always fun. And it gives you some options that you wouldn't normally get. Tough as nails and imposing presence. So you see the threads of reality in ways other cannot. Good at lying and hard to lie to. I like this one. Yeah, we're gonna do street smart. Although keen eye. Observant with an knack for picking up small details. Maybe we'll play a few times. I don't know how long the playthrough is, so. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again, still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops in seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl Ann Scarlet, your cousin's mother, and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyways, I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when he started to doze off, or when you started to doze off. At first, you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversations ago. I was up in Maryland, looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies, we were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Me and my buddies, oh, see, I already said that. Feigning illness, wait, what? Are you serious? What's wrong with you? Hell yeah, so chaos. Why are you talking to me? Street smart. You begin to cough and your eyes start to water on command. Pretending to be sick has always been one of the better ways to get people to leave you alone in strange places. Oh, are you sick? That's alright. I'm pretty sure I've already had whatever you got. I'm sick all the time. I gotta keep my immune system on its toes, you know? So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot. I guess she really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough, she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we were on and off for about a year. So, it's pretty serious. Though, about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like, for real. And geez, you ever get so mad you just want to, like, kill somebody? Stop trying to get a rise out of me. Yeah, I feel like killing someone right now, actually. I've never felt that way about another person. I find it alarming you have. Stop trying to get a rise out of me. Stop it. Huh? Stop what? Whatever it is you think you're doing right now, you know what I'm talking about. The whole corner a stranger on the bus and try to make them a comfortable act. I'm not playing along. All right. Maybe I never really wanted to kill her, even if I threatened it a little bit. Anyways, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I always wanted to go there. Your girlfriend's giving birth right now and you're thinking about ditching her to go have fun in New York. I'm just gonna keep going street smart. Hey driver, how much longer till the next stop? 10 minutes. Everything all right back there? Everything's fine. You don't have to bring the driver into this. We're just chatting. We're pals. Look, fatherhood is just scary, that's all. Plus, her mom is there, so it's not like she's alone. Her mom doesn't like me much, so I probably just make things super stressful. She'll understand. She's chill. Anyway, where'd you say you were headed? I didn't. No need to be nasty. I was just asking. Not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. A creepy person would say that, though. Somebody that would follow me off the bus. So if you aren't getting off at my stop, then you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I'd know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way, though, come to think of it. I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see? And there's always a job listing or two in the boys around here. I don't know what my voice for him is doing. I picked it and it's not staying steady. I never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way that they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to you. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. What the? They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. I'm allergic to peanuts. I'm actually allergic to peanuts. Oh, huh. These could probably kill you then, couldn't they? Well, like I said, I'm done carrying them. They're yours. The young man sets the peanuts down on the empty seat next to him. The juices dribble out through the bottom of the bag and into the upholstery, instantly soaking it in peanut brine. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. Ugh! They're just sitting there. And just like that, you're alone. The stranger's peanuts soaking into the seat across from you. You do your best to hold your breath as the bus rattles to your destination. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. That was a interesting... The bus finally comes to a stop. Its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous at best. It's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the door behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you in this place behind. Hey, Josh. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Hey, Tabitha. Come on, let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. I'm not going to be able to keep up with the voices. I only have like 3. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Oh, that would be... I can't believe we've ever actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that. You have your mom to thank for that, or had, I guess. Look, I don't know what my mom did to piss off the side of the family, and I know you're going through a lot right now, but that comment was unnecessary. Is there bad blood between us? You don't know me, and I don't know what my mom's problem was with this side of the family. I don't know why my mom left or what kind of grudge she had against this side of the family, but I'm sorry. I wish I'd known about you. Is there bad blood between us? Yeah. You don't know me, and I don't know what my mom's problem was with this side of the family. Your cousin stares straight ahead, her expression icy. Oh, this is going well. So, the funeral, it's on Sunday, right? Yep. Like I told you. Jeez, that's almost a whole week. I got here a little early. Since I'm here, do you need any help planning? I know this stuff isn't easy. Have you worked out all the details yet? Since I'm here, do you need any help planning? I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. Just needed the coffin and somebody to dig a hole. I'm not gonna ask these. We know she's not holding up well, and that's not a joke I think we want to make. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. I do want to try to save everybody. It says I can't, but I'm going to do my best. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramp apartments in great cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot long time ago. I mean, that's gonna fall in, right? You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Whoa! Welcome to our family humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And the hallway, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. I don't think being street smart lying is really... she's not going to believe it. Cool. Thanks. Let's just get the tour over with. Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over the holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, it's a woman from town that comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixins for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. And you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Some explorer options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. I've always dreamed of having a kitchen like this. Some cleans this place? You said someone actually cleans this place. Have you ever actually seen that happen, or does this person just say they did it and leave? Is there somewhere in town to buy food? Yeah. I might want something to eat other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online though, so I won't be going with you. General store, how very folksy. But I'm your guest. Oh, I didn't actually budget for food this week. Just sweet. Thanks. Cool. Good talk. I'm not gonna ask that. Someone cleans this place? Yeah. I mean, having a big kitchen. I've always dreamed of having a kitchen like this. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to in the city. Is that a kitchen island? It is, thank you. Oh, she actually didn't give me a smart-ass remark. I'm not allergic to peanuts. I just lied to the guy so he'd shut up and leave me alone. So, alright, what's next? What's next on the tour? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. I did see him hanging out over there. Ooh, my trait, starting off strong. Talk to pet animals, pet the cat. Don't try to pet Frou Frou. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Ni me parle pas. Oh, that is French. Sorry, I don't speak French. I'm sorry, little lady. Je ne parle pas français. I'm butchering it, I know. Of course. How typical American. Oh, it's a she. Of course. How typically American. I shall debase myself by speaking your tongue, but only so that I might insult you directly to your face, you uncultured swine. Ha ha. Very funny. Her name sounds French. Stop wasting my time and let's finish the tour. So I actually literally can talk to the cats. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show, it's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must, if you must. It's a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Wait, are you sure this toilet works? This is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. What a wonderful bathroom! Who exactly uses this bathroom? Guests. Are you sure the toilet works? Yes, why wouldn't it? The water bill gets paid, therefore the toilet works. Now do your business so we can move on. Alright. You silently stare at the monumental task in front of you. What a wonderful bathroom. I've always wanted one of these bathtubs with the little feet on it. Glad you like it. That bathtub is an extremely valuable antique. Oh boy, what's going to be in the toilets? Yeah! Scram, fellas, the jig is up. Scram, fellas, the jig is up. Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. I mean, I gotta go. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good as a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop of the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kids to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. Closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. I mean, it's no lying, right? This is great. Way nicer than what I'm used to. I can't say I'm surprised. Each and every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. This is not an IKEA bedroom or whatever such nonsense you're used to in the city. Who used to sleep here? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. This woman has an attitude. I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. Why didn't you bring them when I came in? This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away, others down the road. You asked me to come here, but you're acting all pissed off that I actually came. What's going on with you? What am I supposed to do while you're gone? Where are you going? I'm just gonna be honest. You seem like you got an attitude. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been testy since you've gotten here. You haven't done anything wrong. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. Please, just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. I can help. I'm here to help. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. I'm going straight to the Forbidden Wing. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going to the Forbidden Wings of the estate. Except for the locks and chains sealing them shut. An insurmountable obstacle for most, but a mild inconvenience for you. Boy, not messing around. As the lock falls, the doors moan open, revealing the entrance to what once must have been an incredible, lavish ballroom. Faintly in the distance, you can hear the quiet notes of an old piano playing from another room. The Forbidden Wings are yours to explore. I don't want to die like 3 seconds in. Screw it. We're going in. You can see why your cousin warned you against coming here. It's clear that the chaos of nature is doing its best to reclaim this place. Years of detritus have piled here like gathering leaves, and the tiled floor has been torn apart, destroying the order that once made this place beautiful. The piano you heard from outside the ballroom has grown louder. Wherever it is, it's nearby. Maybe it's just a self-playing model, or maybe you aren't as alone here as you thought. Examine the painting covering the far wall. Figure out where the piano... Let's check out the painting and cross that broken floor. Ooh, here we go. You make your way over to the painting covering the far wall. It's a family tree. Angry scratches cover the space where your mother should be. What did my mother do? Figure out where the piano is coming from. As far as you can tell, There are 3 exits to the ballroom. There is, of course, the door you came through, and on your far right, there is a door beyond a broken floor, a dead end. Across the room from where you entered is the 3rd and final exit, a glass doorway you can just barely make out behind a pile of broken furniture. You move to investigate it more closely. As you approach, the playing grows clearer. Without a doubt, the piano is behind this door. I'm not strong, so this may not work. Though you try with all of your might, it's just too heavy for you to do anything more than to budget. You return to the entrance of the sealed wing and carefully reattach the locks. After what you've seen and heard in the ballroom, you weigh how much longer you should even stay in the estate on your own. I'm going to say a jelly sandwich sounds good because I want to go talk to that cat some more. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only things louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. You might not have told Tabitha about your peanut allergy, but a jelly sandwich will do just fine for how hungry you are. You head to the kitchen. Oh, I didn't actually want to be allergic to peanut butter. I just wanted to have the guy not leave me a soaking bag of peanuts. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some jelly, bread, a plate, and a knife. Frou-frou! Frou-frou hisses as you draw near and remains firmly in place. You might want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Do you like living here? Someone or something was playing the piano in the sealed off part of the state. Do you like living here? I despise small talk. Fine. Someone was playing the piano in the sealed off part of the estate. What is that expression? Curiosity killed the cat. Keep poking your head where it doesn't belong and you might not keep it for very long. But what do I know? I'm only a cat myself. Can you tell me about Tabitha? This is the first time I met her. Spare me your life story. Tabitha at least knows not to bother me. If you won't take the hint, I suppose I'll have to take things into my own hands. Oh! Frou-frou lunges at your hand and bites you hard. You back away. Frou-frou! Search the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped on the door reading, Janie, stay out, in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting on the words, okie dokie. You open the fridge. You already feel the deep urge to wash your hands even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. We're not going to eat the ice cream. She has plenty of it, though. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and some bread. Better close the fridge and keep looking. Alright. We don't need to check the takeout. Search the pantry. That is a mouse. Dead mouse? Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Take the bread. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. The only thing you need now are a plate and a knife. Oh, what is this? Dialogue history. Okay. I just want to see what these buttons do. Okay, not much. This will just save. It says there's, like, audio volume, but nobody's talked. Take the peanut butter. Death in a jar, and 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches to boot. Examine the mac and cheese. You pick up a box of Tabitha's mac and cheese. You can't say you've ever seen the brand before. We'll put it back. I don't want Tabitha to hate me. Staying away from the mac and cheese was one of your cousin's hard rules, and she already seems to not like you. You put the box back where you found it, reluctant to make things worse than they already are. You close the pantry door as best you can and turn back to the rest of the kitchen. We have peanut butter. I guess we just need to search the cabinets. Cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. Grab a plate and a butter knife. You grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient you need to make your jelly sandwich. Time to get to work. Examine the shot glass. It reads, I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Perline, so this wasn't from her 50th. From a few stories you'd heard from your mom, Perlan was the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Examine the mug. It reads, I was blown away at Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. I don't need a bowl. You close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Make that jelly sandwich! Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your two ingredients to make a jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. A job well done. All of that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. To the garden. The garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? Explore the garden. You wander further into the garden. It's quiet out here. That's it. I guess I'm going back to the kitchen. You head back inside and close the door behind you. We're done. I'm done here. Congratulations. You've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Explore. Settle into your room. Now that you've finally eaten, the aches and pains of your journey have started to sink deep into your bones. You stumble up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Let's examine the painting on the wall. This must be an older relative of yours, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for a conversation. Alright, check the closet. Oh my, the doll. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked in there. Oh, we're picking up the doll. We'll be cursed. But we're doing it. Of course, you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You picked it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads, Property of Alexandra. No need to carry this around with you. Is that going to come back to haunt me? Look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out, pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink floral tea while enjoying the bird song. Yeah, you'd definitely do that. Just not right now. Spare clothes in the dresser. Oh, hey, buddy. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. A possum lurks within. It is quiet but angry. Afraid! I friend, no hurt. Afraid! What's your name, little guy? I'm Josh. Dustin! What are you doing in my drawers? Warm. Dark. Can you move, please? I just want to put my clothes in here. No, this is Dustin house. I'm worried. I want to ask him. But I also want to make a little nest for him. There's a piano playing in the Forbidden Wings. Do you know who was playing it? Bad place. Not safe. Dustin, no visit. Alright, here. You poor thing, you look cold in there. You gently lay your clothes on top of the creature, arranging them in a little nest. Dustin closes his mouth, somewhat more at ease than before, and looks up at you with his shiny black eyes. Human is kind to Dustin. Dustin will remember this. You close the drawer, satisfied with yourself for a job well done. Take a nap. You've earned it. You immediately collapse on the bed. You're tired enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. Alright, we're done in our bedroom. Doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. Might as well head to town. Now that you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Continue down the path. It's really pretty out here. Continue down the path. Finally, you made it back to town. The hauler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. The chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Poppy! Correct. Oh. I wasn't able to respond. Why, I do declare, who is this stranger? Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. Talk to animals. It's nice to meet you, Gretchen. I'm Josh. My oh my, I can't remember the last time I met a newcomer who was so wonderfully polite. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Josh. Ha, that's a funny way to introduce yourself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folk, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? I am. Yep. I just got into town today. Wow, I didn't think there would be anyone else coming. Are you staying with Tabby? How's she holding up? Upon mention of your cousin, Gretchen mutters under her breath. One of these days I'll get that Tabitha to pet me. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with voices. I haven't seen her since Pearl Ann passed. For a while before that. Now I think about it. I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so cute. She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while. I hope she's okay. Is she always so, you know, rough around the edges? Yeah, that's Tabby for you. I wouldn't take it too personally. I'm not sure what it says about her state of mind that she's still here, that she's still her same old grumpy self. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even though she'd probably never admit it. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody knows everybody else as far as back they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer's Night's Dream. I was Puck, and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated, and that was that. I haven't seen that girl or her horrible little cat since I was middle-aged. Oh, this is the cat, the dog. Oh, before it slips my mind, if you're staying up in that spooky old mansion, you must have met the Foo-Foo. How does that monster fare? She might think she's so much better than me, but I will get her to let me pet her, even if it's the last thing I do. Yeah, I've met Foo-Foo. She might think she's so much better than me, but I will get her to let me pet her, even if it's the last thing I do. Wait, what? Are you messing with me? You can't actually talk to my dog, right? I'm just gonna, yeah, alas, you discovered my dark and terrible secret. I can talk to animals, and animals can talk to me. Your dog sounds like a Southern belle when she talks. Haha, yeah, of course you're joking. You and Stella maintain silent, awkward eye contact. Well, next time you see that devil, please send my regards, and do let her know that not only do I still draw breath, but I very much still plan to outlive her. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Biscuits? Your treat? Hell yeah. I was just needing, I'll be on my way. I think we're gonna wander for a while. Biscuits? Your treat? Hell yeah. Awesome. Let's go. I may not the voices. I don't know. We'll see. There's so many people, and I'm so bad with voices, I just don't think I'm going to be able to keep track of them. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hey everyone, I'm Josh. Just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers as is, and with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of town for a while. Hey Stella, I went ahead and fixed you a cup of coffee. They quietly placed a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. For me? For me? Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the Y or triangle button on your gamepad to hide the text box at any time. What if I unplug? Why? I'm not playing with a gamepad. Anything for you? The name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. Order a biscuit and a coffee. I heard they were really good. Best in the country. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. They whispering about me right there? You see he's trying to cover his mouth? Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Maybe I'll check out some of these things out. Yeah, sounds neat. Maybe I'll check some of these things out. It's better than hanging out in my rundown house. I will be finding what's playing that piano. Anyways, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? I'll probably be able to do what I can support Tabitha. I kind of assumed I'd be spending my time trying to help Tabitha, but with how quickly she ran off today, I'm not sure that's enough for a full schedule. Yeah. That's really sweet of you, but you're right. That'll definitely still leave you with plenty of time to kill. Have you thought about exploring the local trails at all? I'm usually out there a few nights a week for my job, and I'd be happy to show you around. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns Biscuit in tow. Is there nothing else coming for me? Gosh, if I had known that this plate of bacon would be my main and only course, I would have waited before digging in. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. You didn't have to do that. No worries. Hope you enjoy it. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. Take a bite and it melts in your mouth, as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. I will say, I'm not a big fan of biscuits. Personally, it does have to be a perfect biscuit. I'm really particular. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. If that's not famous, then I don't know what is. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Hey, that's what I want to do. Never will. We can all have dreams, right? Wait, what? What kind of videos do you do? Wow, that's rad. Oh, okay. How does that make you money? What kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. Oh, yeah. We're getting involved in cryptid hunting. You should really check out her channel, Josh. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. You know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the footage at the time, but it really wound up doing numbers. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone, shows you a clip of something in a river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've ever seen. I've also had people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara, that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. It was a mountain lion. I could smell it from the stink miles away. I'm still not sure what it was. I'm the only one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. You're gonna believe me. I'm probably gonna ruin my relationship here, but you decide to share Gretchen's insight with Stella and Avery. Gretchen seems to think it's a mountain lion. Haha, very funny. You might have gotten me earlier, but I'm onto you. You're not going to trick me into thinking you can talk to my dog. As for your theory, no way, it's absolutely not a mountain lion. There's no mountains here. This far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found Jack squat. And there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. There's always people keeping those things in exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Exactly. Some exotic pet owners set it free and now it will forever roam in the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyways. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after the skunk ape. Interesting. Tell me more. Well, it's kind of like Bigfoot, only smellier. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky. That sort of thing? Are you actually asking me, a stranger, to follow a girl I just met into the woods, unknown at a night, to change after this dangerous beast? I'm not gonna decline. Sure. Absolutely. I'd love to come along. That's great. It's been a while since I've had anyone besides Gretchen out there with me. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started to channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be like a blast from the past. I miss those two. Our videos were terrible. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together, though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his cave if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Why ask me if you're not gonna let me make a... She pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Aw, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or... Okay, you're really sure, but if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know. Yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for the skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Haha, yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Reese, there's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. Are you okay? Me? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm more worried about Reese. He's had a lot going on in the past, gosh, 10 years or so, but I feel like it's gotten worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. Sure. I'm invested in Stella. This playthrough, because I think there's multiple playthroughs. I think that's how it works. You kind of learn and make changes and whatnot. We're all in on Stella here. Next time, we hate Stella. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. She winks a lot. Like, a lot. Like, every other sentence she winks. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. I don't want to do over. We're not going to do generous. Just a good old standard tip. You reach into your pocket, pull out a single crumpled dollar. Okay, that's... That's not really what I wanted to do. I wanted to leave a little bit more than $1, but... As long as you don't get sick of jelly sandwiches, your meals will be free while you're here. Share the wealth while you've got it. You think to yourself. You leave the money on the table and follow Stella out of the diner. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel strangely calm. The setting sun paints beautiful colors in the sky, fresh air fills your lungs, and pleasant songs of crickets trill around you as night descends. This is where you're supposed to be, with Stella by your side, a sweet smile on her face, and Gretchen plodding along in front without a care in the world. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet, until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. I feel that. We just had, out here, 102 degrees with a real feel of 118. It's brutal. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Matches up. We're at like now 60-something degrees and rain. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. You should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Has anything bad ever happened on these hikes? What's the weirdest thing you've seen out here, other than cryptids? Yeah. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of the nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. Yeah, it's super messed up. Have you always had that thing on your shirt? But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if that counts as weird anymore. Do deer eat baby birds? I didn't know that. Oh, Titanis Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It's a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage, with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It's all stuff from the 50s too, which is super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids, you know? Like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though, especially when it came to ghosts. But when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all was said and done, I'd just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves, I kinda lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, a lot of folk are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all that is just bunk, am I right? What about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. I adore my darling Stella, but she gets the strangest ideas in her heads these days. Ever since her parents went away, she's been more and more foolhardy with all these critter nonsense. You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. Let's just go with, we're all in on Stella, remember? Heck yeah, aliens are real. I knew we had a connection. I know somebody who knows somebody who heard a story from this trucker in Fayetteville. Somebody who knows somebody else from somewhere. His truck stopped in the middle of the road, just shut down completely, even though he had a full tank of gas. And suddenly, it looked like daylight outside. He could see cows out in the fields, birds in the sky, and then this metallic, egg thing appeared, floating in front of his truck. He passed out, and when he woke up, he was missing one of his pinkies. It was like he had never been there. It was just smooth skin where the pinky should be. I know it's a secondhand source, but there's plenty more like it. And if they are true, could have been the government. It's not like they don't have the history of conducting weird experiments on people. Sure, the government does mess up stuff on the daily, but the way I see it, I have about as much control over what they do as I would over extraterrestrial beings. So if I have no control over these things, I might as well choose to think it's been aliens all this time and let a little joy in my heart, you know? Besides, it's not like it matters which of us is right, or if either of us is right at all. I'll die one day, and so will you, and eventually there'll be no one left who remembers us or what we did in our lifetimes. Damn, you've disarmed me with your nihilism. And now I feel an empty pit at my soul at the thought of the vastness of time. Ah, don't worry. Isn't there some comfort in the inherent meaninglessness of our actions? Okay, here we go. We're back over here. Are you really expecting to find anything out here? That's fair. We are hunting a creature that stayed hidden from humans long enough to gain a mythic reputation. What are the odds of something like that popping out to star on my little YouTube channel? But hey, the chances are never zero, right? Has anything ever bad happened on one of these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. There was that time back in the early high school when Reese fell down a cliff. He was fine. We had some folk from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine. His leg only took a week or two to heal. All in all, not too bad. Though I guess there was also that time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out that the wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie she is not. I object to that accusation. I made sure to give those nasty little skunks a piece of my mind. And that's what I did. And I kept Stella company just as she would for me if I decided to hide in a hole for hours. It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain. So it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was that time I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke's property and nearly got my head shut off. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I'd barely count it. A lot of danger. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It's like the ghost show. Did you hear that? Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Ah, Duke. Oh, Duke, you rascal. Phew, sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of the darkness. Nah, girlie, just old Duke. Now, what the hell are you looking for way out here? Skunk ape? Sorry I asked. And who's this you sucking into coming with you? Wait a tick. You want... What's that? Yep. I see. Welcome to the Hollow. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Now both of y'all head back to town, you hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter and won't be too appreciated if a couple of fools with cameras scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damn camera down. Aw, come on, Duke. Maybe it could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. Yeah, you did. But I've yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunkabungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I lost 3 this week, and I can't afford to lose many more than that. Huh. I wonder if a skunk ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. There ain't no skunk ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damned mountain lions. They're out here, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find one in any... At least, of course you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. Couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s, and even those were iffy. It's true, there are mountain lions out here, sure as sin. They pee on all the best trees. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed. Yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people posted on your video. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of the woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. Yeah. This is between Duke and Stella. We are not getting involved. Sorry, Stella. Great person. Glad we've met. You two talk it over. We stand awkwardly as the two continue to argue. Duke, you're just wasting my time. Give us just one night out here to see what we can find, and I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this. Yeah, right. You get some shaky footage of a raccoon and claim it's a heretofore unknown creature that has heat ray vision or some such nonsense. I know what I'm looking for, and there's no way I'm backing down. But I gotta film tonight. The video needs to be out by tomorrow evening so I can keep on schedule. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. You ain't the only one on a schedule. As you well know, my boy Bo and me are headed to the state fair to show off Big Betty. We'll be gone near a whole week, so our chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of my poor little ladies. Oh crap. What do I do? I want to stay with Stella. I don't want to abandon her. Let's just go, Stella. He's not gonna budge. You're right. No point in losing any more time arguing. Fine, we'll head back to town. Break a leg out there, Duke. Break a what now? I mean, good luck, old man. Alright, have a nice night, y'all. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us get around him. Oh no, we aren't actually headed back to town. Are you sure you don't want to, like, watch a movie instead? No way, with Duke and a shotgun out there, blow our heads off. This is gonna get some... She's gonna die. We're gonna die. I knew you wouldn't give up on the hunt. Never. And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. That man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. Alright, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Josh, and I find ourselves on a high hill up in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right up in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight, but we'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. And keep digging, Gretches. I can take that camera off your hands now. We'll be able to start the tracking scene once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all of this gorgeous scenery. Quietly look into Stella's eyes. Your gazes meet, and the two of you enjoy a brief moment of comfortable silence. Only for it to be perceived by a loud, percussive snort. Death has come for me at last. Goodbye, cruel world. Ha! No need to come to terms with your own mortality just yet. That's just the sound the deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about a big, scary predators like us. Let's check it out. You and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods. She reaches for her flashlight. Can you hear the sweet whispers of new growth? Whoa, a single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. The acorn becomes the oak, becomes the rich rot that swaddles the acorn. The cycle that is stretched is not the cycle that is broken. A deer, and there's something unaccountably fake and vile to its odors. Let me at him. How dare he infringe upon my dearest Stella's personal space? Let me at him. Your scouring husk will feed the coming world. This is good. And then it's gone. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. Oh my, it seems I was consumed by a blinding rage. How very unladylike. What must you think of me? She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? I think the deer was threatening us. Or warning us? I think it was just sick. That thing on its face, I bet it was an abscess, maybe a tumor. It's not like, oh, so I would I not have heard the deer if I didn't have talked to animals? It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing. There's not much we can do about it. Why do you bring Gretchen up with you? She doesn't seem like the safest choice for a hiking companion. Excuse you, though, after that outburst came over me, well, I suppose I can see the merit of your concern. I actually find her to be quite the opposite. Sure, she wants to chase stuff, but I usually let her when I'm not on one of my cryptid hunts, so I can't hold that against her. I'm just happy she's still so feisty, even at her age. Pugs aren't exactly known for their good health, but here she is, running around in the woods at 17. And I feel like the fresh mountain air and exercise have helped a lot in that regard. You defy the laws of nature, don't you, Gretch? Well, that got my heart rate up. I'm ready for the hunt. Same for me. How about we take a quick snack break to fuel up, then we get right into the night's activities. As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. Unfortunately, it looks like there's peanuts in the trail mix. I'm allergic to peanuts. Oh, yikes, I'm so sorry. There are only peanuts in the trail mix, but I totally get it if everything else in my backpack makes it off limits. I'll be sure to keep that in mind next time. What are these? Those are the sesame, dried apricots. We'll do the snack bar. That's probably separate in its own sealed container. Now I'm now stuck with having to deal with being allergic to peanuts. Repercussion of a decision I did not know was going to happen. Excellent choice. A good source of energy and chocolate. Plus, I made them myself, and friendship is the best ingredient. It really complements the cherries and cashews. Oh, handmade. Not in a sealed container. Good. You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws the stick, distracted for the time being. So tell me what it's like in nowhere. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Josh. What do you want to know? Why wouldn't I want to know? I've lived in this town my whole life. Sorry, I thought I said what. That's my fault. I live in a closet in a house I live in a doorless basement that floods whenever it rains. I live in an apartment with a difficult roommate. 12 by 12 show someone's yard. I live alone in a dingy studio. None of these are me, but let's say I've experienced this one before, so many roommates. Many roommates. I live in an apartment with a difficult roommate. I didn't find this guy, an old roommate of mine, had him move in. Then they left and just stuck me with him. He's not the worst roommate I've ever had, so I can't complain too much. The biggest issue is his complete lack of respect for any boundaries. He sleeps on the couch in the common area most nights, always unclothed. He steals bites of my food, which he thinks he's being really sneaky about. But there's nothing sneaky about taking a huge bite out of a freshly made sandwich when there are only 2 of us living there, even if I'm in the other room when it happens. And he infringes on my privacy all the time. If I close the door to my room, he'll just start screaming and sometimes even attack the door until I open it. Then just walk away. It's like he has a complex about closed doors. He's a cat. Cats hate closed doors. Which, of course, also means he doesn't close the door when he's doing his business. Almost like he wants me to watch him. Ugh, at least once a week he somehow misses and leaves these big pee puddles which I always end up stepping in. It's kind of the point where I think he's just causing lasting damage to the house, and no matter what I say or do, it just doesn't get through to him. Anyway, sorry for the rant, but I could go on for hours about this guy. I was right. I mean, he's a cat, yeah, but he's a particularly horrible cat, and it's not like I can just give him away or anything. That would be cruel. I knew it. I didn't, but I did. Wait, he's a cat? Like the animal? Yeah, his name is Truck. I'm terrified I won't get my security deposit back because of what he's done to the place. So, what do you do for a living? Student, teacher, service. I am in the service industry in a sense. Yeah, let's say I'm in the service industry. I'm on my feet all day getting yelled at for things beyond my control, and I mostly get paid. Not that type of service. I've been skipping meals to try to save money. So I can save up and move on to something else, but sometimes it feels like it's never enough. I even cut breakfast. I only eat lunch and dinner. Maybe I could cut it down to just dinner if I try hard enough. Oh no, that's awful. You can't just stop eating to save money. While you're here, I'm going to give you so much food, I'm going to send you home with a duffel bag full of snacks, and you're not going to stop eating lunch, okay? A crisp breeze passes over you. You can't help but shake the feeling that you're being watched. You scan the tree line, but whatever might be out there is nowhere to be seen. I think we're being watched. It might be Skunk Ape. Do your best to pretend it isn't watching us. We don't want to scare it off. What about you? What's your story? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside of town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. I gather your parents aren't exactly around anymore? Yep, you got it. They died a few years back. But it's okay. I've done my mourning, life goes on, and we still get to live in our beautiful family home. Just me and Gretchen. Could be a lot worse. Nope. My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Thanks, Josh. That's really sweet of you. How are you holding up? Hanging in there. It was a long time coming, so it wasn't a surprise. I kind of come to terms with it by the time it actually happened. It's not all bad. She doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's a relief. The hospital bills are another story, though. I can't even imagine how that must be. It's just salt in the wounds at that point. My stars, what was that? It's showtime. Skunk ape! Oh man, it's the skunk ape. It's gotta be, right? Could be. Whatever made that sound, I've never heard anything like it, and it's close. Here, watch Gretchen for a moment while I check this out. You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. Do stay close, Josh. I wouldn't want any harm to befall you. I see it. I see it. It's sweet and kind. A bed of flowers, a nice wind, a gentle gardener. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 1, 2, 3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out skunk ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. It looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Right behind you. You're gonna die. You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitingly pulling you along by her leash. Uh-oh. Stella! Stella! Ow! And here I thought you were supposed to be a hard amount. Are you okay? Haha, yeah, I'm alright. Just tripped on something weird. Just like my Stella to get overexcited and lose track of herself. Oh no, that poor thing. Must have been one of Duke's. A new beginning. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Oh Jesus, it's still alive. I guess we have to roll the camera. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks. She's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Jeez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Wait, do you hear that? I know that smell. That's old Duke. Stella, I swear to God, I told you to go on home. Birdie. Birdie, oh no, what's happening, sweetheart? Duke, we just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. She smells terrible. Nothing like an animal at all. Just like that deer. I can barely even smell the woods anymore. It's all that uncanny plastic stench. Jesus H. Christ. All these animals tonight have been saying some real crazy shit. The animals tonight have been saying some really weird things to me. Something really wrong with all the animals we've seen tonight. Duke, we saw the chicken that got a hold of her. Examine the chicken. Someone's gonna listen to me. All of these animals tonight have been saying some real crazy shit. The hell you on about? What a horrid thing to witness. It's like they've all gone mad. If this happens to me, I wouldn't want to live like that. You were joking about being able to talk to Gretchen earlier. You're still joking, right? We should maybe talk more about that later. Duke, we saw the thing that got a hold of her. Got it on camera, too. I don't know what it is yet. A gnome or something? You know there ain't no such thing. It's not of this world, that's for certain. What a disgusting thing it was. Unappetizing in every sense of the world. Examine the chicken. You stoop down to look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her. I would never. Something about this bird doesn't smell right. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She squirms against her harness. Examine the growth. Good God. At first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsating beneath. She could still get better. Maybe she just needs the thing to pop and she'll be alright as rain in a couple days. Happened to me once and there's not so much as a scar these days. I don't know. It kind of looks like there's something in there. It smells like it should be buried somewhere deep. My senses scream out that this is an abomination. Oh, Stella, please don't get too close. Birdie. Can you hear the birth that dwells within me? Can you hear the way it roars and thunders? Whatever it might be, you know better than to investigate this lump any closer. You've seen horror movies. You back away from the chicken, your curiosity eclipsed by your instinct for self-preservation. Do you think she's become an egg? Like one of those things is going to pop out of her? What a horrid thought. No, I refuse to entertain that notion. She ain't some kind of incubator. She just needs that thing drained. Maybe some antibiotics, that's all. Like, what are we supposed to do, man? I'm freaking the hell out right now. Duke, I don't think it's a mountain lion that's been getting you at your chickens. This is just like that deer. Deer? What deer? We ran into one earlier. It has growths, just like Birdie. As you, Duke, and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you. Gently at first, barely a whisper. But then, a guttural moan, and then another, and another, until you suddenly find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. There's something out here, around us. I can smell it. There's so many of them. Do you guys hear that? Huh? Yes, I hear that. She starts filming again. Come on, Birdie, let's get you home. As Duke scoops up the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded, the strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. What in the hell is that? The garden has come to mend and nurture. Let me blossom and sprout. Let me become. You feel a tightening in the leash, pulling at you from behind. Don't you dare take another foot closer, I'll shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates, and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arm. Stella, there's another one. The leash is drawn fully taut, and then there's a sudden looseness. You and Stella turn just in time to see another of the creatures slithering out from the bush. Oh my God! What's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once. A patter of unnatural feet, and then chaos. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs his shotgun, pushes the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Shit, get your grubby little hands off my bird. Gretchen. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Oh, Josh, my hero! You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there is a deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Duke? Blood, my heavens, I smell blood. Oh my God, what do we do? Okay, first thing first, I grab Gretchen. There, step 1 is done. Gretchen is safe, great. Okay, step 2, What's step 2? Well, Stella, looks like you got the footage you wanted. Happy now. We call the cops, obviously. Hey, it's okay. Let's take some deep breaths. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. What the fuck? Stella, we need to get our story straight. Duke had a hunting accident by himself. But people need to know about these things. Duke's family deserves closure. The town deserves to know what happened out here. Maybe the cops will help. They're going to be a lot harder for them to believe what really happened than to decide that a stranger from a big city came to town, shot someone. It'd be easy for them to pin this on me. They're never going to believe that footage. You're right. I barely caught anything. But if we got more footage, if we got clear shot of these things, maybe if we follow that blood trail. Oh boy, I'm suddenly not quite so much on her side. Self-preservation's kicking in. Are you sure this is a good idea, Stella? Nope, but we're already this deep. What's the harm in digging a little deeper? Lead the way. There are more of them. A lot more of them. They leer at you from the trees, no longer hiding as they bellow their warnings out into the night. Why aren't you using your damn camera? Okay, thank you. Stella films as she runs, narrating to an invisible audience. We're being, pursued, I think, by these weird things. It seems like they're all riled up from what just happened. Oh. The two of you come to a stop at the edge of a clearing. Holy crap. Okay, we seem to have found a nest, or a crop circle, but of animals. God, that smell. The air here is flavored with rot. A pervasive stench rising up from the spiral of corpses that patterns the rock. Birdie has been placed among them, her body laying still as the creature crouches protectively over her. Stars above. Is this the wretched place where they wanted to take me? At the sound of the dog's disquiet, the creatures flow out of the woods and surround the clearing. Dead eyes peer out from the pale, dowdy faces, watching the two of you and the small, terrified dog. Blubber incoherently to express your fear and desire to leave. We need to leave. Yes, I think I have enough footage now. The two of you take a few steps back from the clearing, then turn and start running, together, back through the woods, driven by a deep animal instinct to get away from whatever these things are. They're everywhere. God, how many of these things are there? They reach out to you from between bushes and tree branches, grasping for anything they can get a hold of, their howls filling the night. We're almost there. You and Stella reach the main road, and the whispers fade back at the sound of nature. It sounds like they've stopped following us. That horrid stench is certainly gone. Are you sure we shouldn't call the cops? After seeing that nest, call away. Be my guest. I should get reception now that we're back at the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. Alright. Part 1, stopping there. Oh my goodness. That escalated extremely quickly. I'm enjoying the game so far. It's fun. So if you've made it this far, I think probably one of my longer videos. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging in there and watching it. If you could, like and subscribe. It helps, goes a long way. But either way, whatever you do, hopefully I will see you in part 2 or whatever the next video is. Most likely part 2 of this. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.